You all seem to be really enjoying my themed inventory videos, so here's the next one in the series, this one a fully purple inventory. This was suggested by many people in the last episode, so I hope you're going to enjoy this one too. So, as themed inventories go, this one costs a little bit more than the previous ones that have all come in around £40 or so. So for this one I have two variations, one more budget option and one more expensive option, and I'll be showing you the options for each gun when it applies. The cheaper one, without gloves or knives, comes in at around £70, and the more expensive one at just over double that at around £150. Both of these are very nice, so let me know which one you think is better down in the comments below at the end of the video. As always, these are just my opinions, and feel free to drop your suggestions down below. As we always do, let's start with the pistols. The USPS Purple DD-Pat takes the first spot in this video for £8.83 in minimal wear. On the T side, let's pick up the Glock 18 Moonrise, which is one of my favourite budget skins that I actually use myself in game. This costs around £1.48 in factory new, so let's pick one up. The P250 Vino Primo isn't massively purple, but it's the best we can do and costs £3.30 for field tested. The £13 and 6p Deagle Comicho Dragon is next, featuring a purple handle, as surprisingly there's no real purple Deagle skin, but feel free to add some purple stickers to this to complete the purple look. The Tech 9 Sandstorm features a really nice purple colour and costs just £1.20 in minimal wear. Lastly, for the pistols, the 5.7 Violet Damio comes in at just 48p, which is a great value for this cool skin. Right, SMG's time, and let's start with the most awkward of them all, the MP9. The reason I say it's awkward is the one skin that would work great in this inventory costs over £1,000 because it's used in the AK Wild Lotus trade-ups. So for that reason, we'll have to settle with a plain skin like the MP9 Dart for £1.11 in factory new and apply a bunch of purple stickers instead. The best for this really are the Shattered Web stickers, as these are some of the most purple coloured stickers in the game. Not ideal, but probably the best we can do. The Mac 10 Ultraviolet is a nice budget skin costing just 86p in field tested. Then we have the P90 Neo Queen, which is one of two skins in this video that will only work provided you pick them up in Battle Scarred. The factory new version of this skin isn't particularly purple, but in high floats it actually looks a lot cooler and a lot more purple. One of these will set us back £2 and 19p. The PP Bison Space Cat is next, costing 76p, and features a lot of purple on the underside of the gun and a cool white and black pattern on top. And lastly, for our SMGs, we have the UMP version of the Moonrise skin, costing £1.21 in factory new. Rifles time, and let's start with the CT side. We have skins for both M4 variants, so let's start with the standard M4 Desolate Space for £5.92 in field tested. On the suppressed M4 side of things, let's grab the Night Terror in as high float as possible. Similar to the P90 from earlier, this skin gets much more purple in high float, making it fit this inventory perfectly. This will set you back £2.45, so it's quite cheap as well. For the FAMAS, let's pick up the first of two pulse skins featured in this video. This one costs £5.22, but for those of you on a bit more of a budget, the rapid eye movement will save you a couple of quid, so feel free to go for that if you prefer. Lastly, for the CT side, we have the AUG Death by Puppy, which isn't really that purple, but thanks to Valve's reluctance to make any nice AUG skins, it's the best we've got. Onto the T side, and let's start with the AK, for which the Baroque Purple is our budget option. Just £3.45 picks us up one in field tested, and can be made a bit nicer by adding some cheap purple stickers to it. For those on less of a strict budget, the Neon Rider is by far the best option we have available and looks really cool, however it costs about 10 times more, coming in at around £37 instead. The SG features our other Pulse skin, which again I really like, costing just £3.47 in factory new. The Ultraviolet is another option, but costs a lot more, and honestly I don't think looks as good. The Galil is our last T-side rifle, and our budget option is still the quite good Chromatic Aberration. £3.95 gets us one in minimal wear, however for those with a bit more to spend, the Phoenix Blacklight is much cooler and a lot better fitting, and that costs £28 for field tested. Snipers now, and let's pick up the Turbo Peak Scout for £4.65 in field tested. And lastly, for our gun skins, let's grab the AWP Exoskeleton for our budget option. This skin becomes quite purple when in the shade, but it still has some hints of purple in the normal lighting. At £3.66, this is a fair bit cheaper than our other option, the AWP Neo Noir, for around £25 in field tested. However, you'll probably agree the Neo Noir is a lot nicer. For a skin priced in between these two, the Chromatic Aberration provides a decent option at around the £16 mark. Okay, now it's time for our gloves and knife combo. Unfortunately, there isn't much in the way of budget options for purple combos, but let's see what we can do. Starting off, let's pick up the Imperial plaid gloves for around £300 in well worn. These are quite expensive, but I think they look very cool, so I'd argue it's worth it. As for our knife, it's really up to you on how much you want to spend. The ultraviolet knives can come in as cheap as around £120 or so, depending on what knife you get, but on the other end we have the Doppler knives. Some of the phases work better in this loadout, but my particular favourite is the Black Pearl phase. The Sapphire, being the most purple, is also the most expensive. However, it's hard to put an exact value on these, so you'll have to do your own research before buying one of these. Prepare to spend quite a bit though. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you did, and leave your comments down below for what inventories you want to see me build next. Subscribe to not miss future episodes, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.